If you've been watching my channel for a while, you've probably heard me not poo-poo, but slightly go, well, the world of internet photography is different to the commercial world, so following these sites is probably not going to get you a portfolio that's going to sell. And a lot of you have been asking, well, where do I get my inspiration from? Where do I go to look at imagery and, get ideas as to what the trends are going to be, what's happening at the moment? Where do I go to see all of that? What I want to do in this video is show you the pure photography side of things as to where I go to look at photographers' photography and what I'm looking for and what I, sort of how I collect it and collate it and all that sort of stuff. I'm going to do a separate video on how I get sort of inspiration from outside of photography, because that's a bit of a different thing. But for this one here, we're going to look at some websites that I highly recommend you, one, subscribe to, make sure you pay your membership and all the rest of it, because it really helps them to be able to put this work out there for us all, and two, check in on a daily basis. So let's jump onto the computer, have a look at these websites, some photographers that I really like. I want to talk to you a little bit about my inspiration for photography.
Okay, so one of my favourite photographers, and perhaps the reason that I shoot food in the way that I do, is William Eggleston, who is a great photographer. This is his work, it's very bold, it's very graphic, and he photographs the mundane, the everyday, the drab. And I've always been very sort of pulled towards his style of work. So I often find myself just looking at his work. I have books of his work as well, which I'll always look at. But yeah, this sort of drink photography here, beautiful. But yes, very good photographer, very interesting, some great documentaries on him in YouTube. Which will bring me through to the next bit, which is the BJP, the British Journal of Photography, now called 1854 Photography. I'm a member of this site. I get their deliveries. You can also get commissioned for work through these people. This here is work by Louise Hager, who I also love. I think it's Hager or Hager. I should really ask her. I hate butchering people's names because my name's been butchered for my entire life. But this is a great place to come to. This is where there's some brilliant work. This is the best of British photography in here. I'm sure they publish photographers from elsewhere as well, but it's like a British photography magazine. I read the articles, I look at the work, I'll find the photographers, and I'll move forwards and sort of see where it leads me. I don't necessarily just look at food work. It's any visual work, and it's not necessarily just photography, but for this particular video, obviously, we need to have some sort of scope for it, otherwise we'll be here perusing the internet forever. Anyway, great work, great photographers. If you're going to buy one photography magazine, this should be it. Now, if you commercial people out there, this is the Creative View, and it's a magazine that gets dished out around London, and it is all of the latest news in the advertising world in the UK. I'm sure other countries have their own, but this is the one I subscribe to. So I've got an annual subscription to these people. They're very good. And, we go, look, Burger King's just something new. It's been done with JKR, who are they do a lot of food work actually, JKR. And then we go down here and we see the style of work, and I go, oh, that's a lot like my style of work. This is good. This seems to be coming into trend right now. Could be in a good space. It's just good to see what's going on in the world, and where people are heading with things, the styles, maybe what you need to put into your portfolio. So this is another side to spend a lot of time on. And then if we head over here, this is Google, obviously. And I've searched for food styling agent, because looking at a photographer at a time is quite time consuming. But if we find a stylist, they've probably worked with several photographers, and we can see a lot of work in a very short space of time. They've got directors, food artists. What's a food artist? Look at that. Okay. This is some cool stuff. I spent a lot of time looking at these sorts of websites as well. Now, head over to the YouTube. Some bleak stuff there. There's a great series called What Artists Do All Day, and some great channels on YouTube as well. Let's not look at YouTube. Let's get off YouTube. YouTube's a bit boring. Now, a final sort of daily stop-in or checkpoint for me is the AOP. These are the Association of Photographers. These are the people who look after you. They have a really important awards. Every year, if you win one of their awards, that's a great way to get noticed. But they have legal advice. They're sort of like our union without being a union. And it's just good to, they've got all this information you can look at. They've got the coronavirus guidance, how we should be running as a professional during COVID. You don't want to be caught out the wrong side of that. you've got your photographers lists. These are all the good photographers, and you can sort of, this is a great way to go. Who's good? Because to be on here, you need to be kind of good and have paid and or be represented by someone who is good, which by default would mean that you're good as well. That's nice. Then we'll go through to there. Let's go to the Instagram. Lovely. There we go. Some beautiful food images. So this is sort of my daily look around, I guess. These are the websites I go to, and I think they're all great. I think you should join all of them if you can afford to. About just under £200 a year per site, I guess. Hopefully ran out of internet bandwidth. I'm doing a big upload in the studio. I say one big upload, I'm doing 2 big uploads. But and then the last place I'd look for is photo agents. So there we go, Photography Agents London. Let's just take the first one that's big that we know. There we go, Morgan. Oh, this did not work well. There we go, websites. And just see what people are signing at the moment, what's going on in the world. Because if you're with one of these agencies, you're probably shooting commercial work currently, which means that you're probably quite on the pulse. I love this. And I just often have a long peruse of everyone's work and just see what everyone's up to. These are the photographers you want to be looking at, not the sort of Model Mayhem, Purple Port, or any other site. These are the websites I'd go to look for great work. And this is all great work. Brilliant photography, and this is sort of how I go about finding the work I'd like to do. Anyway, let's get back to it.
So I hope that's been useful for you. I enjoy doing this every day. I make my coffee, I have a little biscuit, I sit down, and I peruse these sites. It's part of my job, it's part of what I do for work. Now, it's a fine line between inspiration and plagiarism, so you need to be really careful. I think it's absolutely fine to copy someone's work directly for a challenge and sort of a practical assessment, but ripping off people's work is not okay. So get your inspiration, but then put your own twists on it. Nothing's new in this world. I get people going, all the time, so-and-so's copied your idea. And it's like, well, I kind of copied it from here in the first place, so that's all good. No blatant plagiarism, but yes, be inspired and see how you can either put it onto a different subject or use the subject in a different style or the style in a different subject, or maybe put your own twist on it or tweak it or do whatever you think that says, this is my voice, this is my opinion on this vision. Anyway, I hope you've enjoyed this. If you want to know more, let me know in the comments below. I'm going to try and put links to these things in the See More bit, but I often forget, so do let me know in the comments if they're not there. I'll see you all soon. Bye-bye.